a transgender woman from Arizona has been arrested on bestiality charges after arranging for sex with a horse. Now, there's only one problem that led to her getting stone cold busted in the process. She put an ad for it on Craigslist. What are you doing? Do you not know that going around sucking off horses might be a problem? So, her name, she's transgender. Her name is Donald Waelde. I might be mispronouncing that, but she said, quote, I am 22 years old. This is on Craigslist, on the internet. I am 22 years old, and I want to play with a male horse. Simple as that. If you have access to a male horse and can allow me access to a male horse, then contact me, please. Winky face. I will do something in return. All right, so undercover deputies then contacted her, and during a conversation, she said she wanted to suck off a horse and agreed to meet with the undercover deputies, of course having no idea that they were undercover deputies. So get this, they brought along a horse from the sheriff's department as a prop to say, see, we have a horse. Would you like to touch its penis? And then they, of course, arrested her before she could suck off the horse. And get this, they charged her with conspiracy to commit bestiality. Who knew that was a crime? And wouldn't that usually, there's not really a big time span most of the time when there's a conspiracy to commit bestiality? Because I'm sure most of the time it's some random dude on a farm and he gets horny, he just runs outside and fucks a sheep real quick. Just like a 1 minute gap for the conspiracy part to arrest him. But man, look, word to the wise out there, if you're gonna break the law and commit bestiality, don't post it on the internet, you dumb fuck. And spare me. I know that there... did you know the bestiality community came after me one time? I'm not kidding about that. Just lashed out on me on the internet. Now, why is that? Because I dared to have a video in a segment where I discussed a certain story that involved bestiality, and I was against bestiality. Well, they thought that was, how dare I do that? They said, you call yourself a liberal and you're against bestiality. To which I respond, yes, of course I am! Now, look, the difference between, and the conservatives always try to draw this analogy. Oh, yeah? Well, you're going to have gay marriage. What about polygamy? And what about bestiality and pedophilia? Okay, let's break this down one by one. Yes, gay marriage is okay because you're dealing with consenting adults, okay? Yes, polygamy is okay. There, I said it, okay? I know some liberals disagree. I think they're silly because it's consenting adults, okay? Pedophilia, not okay. It's not an adult. They're literally incapable of giving consent because their bodies have not physically transformed and hit puberty yet to the point where they can be sexually active from a physiological and a biological perspective, never mind a mindset perspective, which, of course, a child's mind is not neurologically advanced yet. The mind is not the same as an adult's mind. That's a scientific fact. So, no, pedophilia, no, don't make the comparison. It's a silly one. But then bestiality is even sillier, right? Because bestiality is... How the fuck can Shamu consent? You're going to shove your dick in this thing's blowhole? Right? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to walk up from behind and fuck a sheep? How exactly does a sheep consent? Was like, meh, meh, put it in my ass, meh. No, they can't do that. How is a horse going to consent? No, seriously, how is a horse going to consent? What is he? Suck my dick. I mean, come on. Are we really having this conversation right now? Animals can't consent. They're not capable of consent. Oh, what if the horse gets hard and it means they like it, right? No, it doesn't. If you put a fucking blindfold on me and send in a 600-pound dude named Boris to suck me off, I'm not going to consent, okay? If I'm blindfolded, I don't know who's touching my thingy. It might get hard, but that doesn't mean I'm consenting. I don't know who I'm doing the situation with, who I'm doing the act with. Okay, same thing with a horse. A horse, they can't say yes or no or do it or don't do it. Same thing with any animal. Am I really fucking explaining this in the year 2014? I'm explaining that bestiality is a problem and that we shouldn't do it and it shouldn't be allowed. Anyway, put all that stuff aside. Put all the nasty conversation out of your mind. The bottom line is, if you're a gross motherfucker and you want to have sex with animals, the least you could do is not post it online because you're probably going to get caught and everybody's going to look at you as being the creeper that you are.